Hey gang, welcome back to Daddy's Garage. As you can see, Jade is coming together. I've got most of the front end parts on. I have the lower valance, I have the rock guard, the headlight buckets. The headlights themselves are in the car and they work, which is fantastic. I still need to put the trim rings on, but another thing I need to do is put in the grille and the surround pieces for the grille. So I didn't film any of the headlight stuff or the valance. That's pretty rudimentary when it comes down to it, but I wanted to show you some of the stuff with this grille surround. If you like videos like this, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to see more, and don't forget to hit that like button. Okay, I want to go over a few things with this assembly. You know, when you're putting this stuff together and you do put on the lower valance and the rock guard and all those pieces, just know that everything interacts with everything else. So I had to really be careful getting the rock guard in place. This is a factory piece. The lower valance is, of course, an aftermarket, and it's one that I modified and made the opening bigger in the center, or made a kind of an intake type of shape. So everything is going along pretty well. The hood shuts nice, the gaps are nice, and I want to get the grille in place. So let me show you what I start with. In this case, this is one of the original pieces that came out of the car, and you can see it's not pretty. It could probably be saved, which I will save it, but it's got some rust stains built into it. It's got overspray on it. Really hard. I mean, this should be polished right here. So this is more like a save it for a driver type car, which this is a driver car, but I want it to look pretty. Okay. Now I want to show you this scenario. I had looked at replacing these pieces, and I went to NPD, and I made a mistake. The mistake was I didn't realize that they had two different versions of these pieces. They have, and I talked about this on some of my live streams, the part numbers. They have an 8191-1A and -1B. Initially, I thought that meant left and right, so I ordered one of each. Well, it's not that way. The 8191 is the driver's side, 8190 is the passenger side. Just know that when you're going forward. So I had ended up with two driver sides. One was a good quality and one was a better quality, I guess, in the way of looking at it. So in fact, the one that was the better quality got damaged on the way here. The box was crushed. So I contacted NPD. They said, well, I'll send you another one for the right side, and we'll be good. The A is the good and the B is the better. So figure that out. If you were to look at the part numbers, the better one is 4175 and the good one is 2679. Let me show you the difference. This one is the B. This one is actually 4191 1B, which is the driver's side, better quality. And it does look pretty nice. I mean, let me take it out of the package. It's got a nice argent. That's the word of the day, argent. Silver finish. Of course, the back section is shiny and like it should be. And overall, it's very comparable to one of the originals. Now, this one comes in a Motowell package, and this is the A, 8191-1A. So again, comes in argent silver and pretty good polish on it. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. Side by side, I really can't tell much of a difference. The B one, the better one, feels a little bit heavier than the A, and I think the silver finish may be a little bit more precise than this one. There's a slight variation in those colors or the texture, and other than that, I mean, is it worth $15? That's up to you. But I can't use this one. The reason I can't at this point is, even though this is the better one, they have the driver's side, but they don't have the passenger side. So that's why I'm going to put these in. Okay, let me show you something here. If I take, and I'm gonna go with the driver's side piece. Maybe you can see this. Let me reset the camera. And I'm not completely done under here. I still have to finish out moving some of this wiring around, but I want to show you. This is the original piece, the crusty one. If I set that in place, I mean it just pretty much sets where it needs to. Lines up on the screws and the marks, fits nice, and that's a good thing. This is the B part number, the better part number. Set that in place, and it's not just dropping in like you'd think it would. I think you're going to have to manipulate it. And maybe, and again, this box was damaged, so this might be part of it, that this is slightly bent from the shipping. But you know, it'll bend. I mean, it's aluminum. It's going to flex and move around. So just consider that. I know that I'm kind of talking about a piece that came in a damaged box, but I'm just letting you know. This is the A version. And what I see from that is it's not bent quite as far. I'm having to push it over into the corner, but it moves over there very easily. I mean, it's maybe a little bit of flexing, and it should be really close at this point. So, I mean, it looks like the holes line up at the bottom like they should, and flex that back a little. Yeah, it's really close. I think it's going to work out fine. However, I want to show you the other side as well. Since I got the new piece today, I'm going to show you how that one fits. Again, this is in the Motowell bag. This would be the A version. And if I set that up here, it's quite a bit off. Now, is that a bad thing? Yeah, sort of, but I think still it'll move. It moves pretty easily and lines up on the holes. You know, it's aluminum. It's going to move. So I'm not overly stressed over this. A little massage, a little push, and basically it's right there. It's right there in place. So no complaints with that. I also have a couple of original, I assume original pieces. I actually have two for the driver's side and two for the passenger side. I'm not going to use these. I'm going to use, again, these that came from NPD, and this is under the Motowell brand. And I will point out one nice thing. These pieces and these pieces came with all the hardware. Look at that. Little bag of hardware there, and in the other package there's your bag of hardware. So that's fantastic. So I want to take this new piece and just kind of see. That's pretty close. I mean, it's going to probably take a little tweak, and this is very malleable. This is probably not even tempered at all as far as aluminum goes, so you can almost just push it where you want it to go, and it's going to stay. I mean, it's just that kind of material. So just kind of want to give you a look at this and see how these pieces go. It's not that complicated. You know, there's going to be retaining clips that go in the back of these. Of course, they'll have screws here on the perimeter, and the back edge is set up to where you can put your grill in. That's what those that's what the back tabs are for. So you put your screws on there, and then your grill will sit down inside of that. So I'm going to put all this together, and we'll have another look at it. I do want to show you something else real quick. There, on the original piece that I have, there are 3 screw clips, or whatever you want to call those. I looked in the packaging for the Motowell, and there's only 2. I don't know why they would only have 2. And the packaging for the B version, the better version, has 3, which would make sense. So, you know, these clips they would go on. I squeezed that together a little bit, but these clips would go on, you know, these tabs in the back, and there should be one up here. So I may have to transfer one of those from the original to get that in place. And then also it came with 3 nuts, which don't, I mean, I know where they go, but there's 3 nuts there. It comes with 3 little short screws, which are going to go in this, should go right here in this perimeter to hold it against the rock guard. And then there's 3 additional screws that, from what I can see, would go into the grill itself. The other package, the trim, the forward trim piece, it comes with 4 posts, 4 of the little metal posts, if you can see that okay, and 4 nuts. So I think the extra nuts in the other package are intended to be used on this perimeter, but that's what this kit covers as well. So you end up with some extra parts. I also have this centerpiece that overlaps, and it has like push clips on it. The only thing that's confusing me are these little pieces. I'm not sure what these are for. There's one of these in each bag, and as far as the lower panel bag, I really don't know what that's for. I can't see any place for that to interact. So for now, I'm not going to put these in, but I'm going to get all this stuff in place. Just trying to get this where it lines up pretty good. Got to be a little forceful with these. These take a little manipulating. Not the easiest thing to get in there. Up here I'm a little confused because it looks like this should take you know, a screw in that hole, but there's no way that it's going to. I may have to do something a little different just to keep that over there, because the hole, it's, well, it's more like one of these. Maybe that's what I'll do, is put that in there instead of up here. Not bad, not bad. The hard part is going to be getting to the backside. Well, I reach through the grill, I guess, and get those in place. But yeah, that'll be the fun part. So, okay, everything's in place, and now this piece goes in the center, and these little clips are just push on. That's all they do. So, hopefully. And again, this is very malleable. So I noticed this peak was a little off one way, so I mean, literally just bent it with my finger to improve that shape. It's not as precise as a brand new Mercedes, but you know, hey, it's what they did 3 years ago. Press that one on. Press that one on. Look at that. The grill is in, or at least the surround is in. Now, I'm still working on what I want to do for the grill itself. I do have that expanded metal grill that's a Shelby style. I'm going to see if I can make it work, because the ends over here are short. And what I might do is straighten it out so that it meets or fills this space, and I'll just worry about using the top and the bottom as a mount point rather than have the angle on the end. So I'm going to experiment a little bit, and we'll see what happens. But okay, things are looking good, but this doesn't. Why? Well, there's supposed to be some stainless there. So I'm hoping that this isn't messed up. This is again from NPD. Corvex is who makes this one, this hood trim. And I'm going to open it up, and we're going to see. Hopefully, I'm hoping this isn't messed up, because in the package, as I was looking at it, it looked like, yep, it's twisted. That's not cool. Alright, so I don't know if I can show you this very well. I don't want to hit the car, obviously. But if you plane down this end, it's nice and straight. If I hold this one level, look at that. How does that happen? That thing's all kinds of twisted. You can see that end straight, and you can see the other end. Arg. That's not cool. Alright, I'm going to see if I can straighten this out. If not, I'll be contacting NPD. But if I can get it on, basically this just slips up. Oh. Oh, there's no way. Oh my gosh. How do they do that? Maybe it just got a little bowed in the center. I don't know. Anyway, it comes with a pack of screws in the bag. There's these little flathead screws. So the idea is this pushes up onto the front edge of your hood, and then there's these holes in the back that go up through into the hood itself. So let me see if I can get this straightened out. All right. Still has a little glue residue on it. It doesn't fit perfect, but again, this is an aftermarket hood, so we've got to keep that in mind. But it's not bad. It's not bad. I think it'll do just fine. That looks good. Well, that'll be the end of this video. And, you know, maybe there's not a lot of information that can be shared with these pieces, but I tried, and hopefully if it, you know, helps you out, that's all that matters. So I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. There will be more videos coming, I promise. But until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.